We are live.
Good morning, I'm Bodie Miller and we are 5th episode of the Skip Pass.
Yeah, 5th episode.
Mbolelo, it's nice to see you again.
Is it, Bodie?
No, it's really not. We just had a massive fight. And I was still pissed off with him, so I actually didn't really want to be talking to him. But let's put our feelings aside.
Yeah. Leave your emotions
Let's
aside.
not couple our feelings.
Koppel.
Couple our feelings.
What does koppel mean?
No, I will show you. I'll show you afterwards on Instagram. Talking about social media, did you see the gorilla selfie? That was like the best thing that happened in the news the whole week. Did you see it?
Yeah,
in Rwanda?
It's legendary.
I have to. No, we have to look at it. I looked at it.
No, it's legendary.
Today.
I saw that on Facebook.
This one.
Yeah, I know, he's living.
It looks like a Nickelback album cover. You know, there's like old rock stars where the lead singer stands in the front and then like the bass guitarist way at the back.
hang out with the apex predators.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Also, it's Freedom Day, so happy Freedom Day to all the South Africans out there.
Mm-hmm. Happy Freedom Day.
25 years ago. We had our first today, 25 years ago, we had our first democratic election.
Crazy.
Do you know how crazy it is? We wouldn't be able to sit here together and have our fight we just had
25
if that
years
didn't
ago.
happen again. Yeah, if that didn't happen.
Jeez. So there's no freedom. So we're not free.
No.
We're just free to fight.
We're free to
Or
fight.
we're free for you to get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course.
I'm not upset.
Well, you can't be upset because you are the one that caused all the issues with me.
All men are trash.
No, yes, and you just proved it.
100%. Okay.
No, absolutely. Anyway, lots has been happening in the rugby world.
Yep.
I mean, there's been some serious injuries. Coaches are just completely going crazy and losing their minds. And and Super Rugby's been as unpredictable as it has been the whole tournament.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna, because I'm so angry, maybe this getting my rant out of the way will make me feel better.
It's because I knew you were going to rant, so I had to hype you up.
Oh, wait, I'm so angry right now. If I wish I could, I'm furious.
Yeah.
At you, but also at South African rugby, they are just so shit. They're just getting worse.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
It's a shambles. It's a shambles. You tell me. I mean, we've only got like 45 minutes or so to talk to guys. You tell me, what do you think is going on there?
Well,
what is going on there?
I think we can do that in a separate podcast, but I do think the guys are just being completely overcoached. They're not allowed to think for themselves, and you can see that happening.
Yeah.
But anyway, the guys are sloppy, they're boring, they're predictable, they're inconsistent, they just lack basic skills.
It's freaking amateur.
No, completely, totally.
Did you watch the Lions Crusaders yesterday?
Never mind that. Did you see how the number 8 got bumped by the wing?
No,
that was the best part.
Severies.
Yes.
Brutal.
No, that was amazing.
Oh!
But did you watch the Stormers game last week?
I saw the highlights.
You know, Stormers at 70% possession, similar territory. They had, the Brumbies had 14 men on the field for 10 minutes. I think the Brumbies made like something like 220 tackles or something. So, and still don't win. I mean, they're also, I actually just don't know what to say about
The Stormers, The Stormers are the...
They are just, and they had so many kickable penalties, but they didn't take their points. Now we know the Stormers can't play attacking rugby. So why don't you take your points, you go back to the halfway line, you reset your kickoff and you start again. Now they're trying to go for lineouts and they're trying to go for this and they're trying to attack. They can't play attacking rugby. Why do you try?
It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Like, what are they...
And then also now, playing Stander instead of Duplessis, I think that's going to make a massive difference. I mean, he's even... The only time they did think was when Stander made like a kick over the top into space when they had 40 men on the field.
Yeah.
But they no one chased. Like, what's the point of that?
Can you explain to me what Damian Willemse is still doing at fullback? Like, can we just talk about that?
Okay, apparently Fleck is saying, I mean, Fleck has been the biggest failure in the past 4 years in Stormers rugby, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Apparently he's saying, no, Willemse is the best 15 in the country and he gives us so much from the back and he's good under the high ball and why should we move him if he's doing such a good job at 15?
It's a joke.
Okay. The rest of the world can see that Willemse is a 10. The rest of the world, except South Africa.
Don't you think it's ridiculous? It's like here's another level of ridiculous. It's like, okay, anyone who's like semi-conscious, I don't need you to be fully awake and walking around. If you're like semi-conscious in the world, can see that the Stormers aren't going to win Super Rugby.
No,
right?
dude. They are bottom of the conference.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
they're not just not going to win.
Yeah, like we could see at the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys aren't going to win. So why doesn't Robbie Fleck? He could actually easily kind of buy himself a bit of a leeway. Is play the youngsters. So play Willemse at 10. Because you can play that terrible Espia
Mare off the bench. Or you can play him at 15.
Oh my goodness, he's awful.
I know.
But it wouldn't be worse than now.
So they've got 3 shit fly halves. They've got Espia Mare, they've got Jean-Luc Duplessis, and they've got Stander. 3. But they've got this amazing guy at the back.
Yeah.
But let's not play him. He's just too good at 10.
It makes no sense.
And then Fleck is like, no, I'm going to back Duplessis for the rest of the Super Rugby. He said that. Why?
Yeah, and also, like, his legacy is tarnished forever, right? In Western Province Rugby, even though his family is the legacy family.
Did I tell you that? So Fleck, I read this the other day, Fleck has been in charge of 12 games of the Stormers in New Zealand, and they didn't win one.
No draw, no. That's so crazy.
So 12 games.
Lost
in New Zealand. They didn't win one. So I just feel like
Not even the
nowhere
Highlanders.
else in the world,
Not even the Blues.
no, are coaches rewarded for mediocrity more than in South Africa. They're the proper mediocre, all the coaches.
But this is another level. For me, you know where Fleck, like, buy yourself a little bit of credit here. What you could do is, I'm the guy who gave Willemse his chance, you know?
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if it works or not. You're leaving anyway.
Yeah.
But it's so clear. Like, that guy he's the guy now. Like
he's going to be our 10 after this World Cup. He's going to be playing our 10.
And you're not gonna win the tournament. So it's not like, oh well, if you try the youngster, you're gonna lose. No. Just play Esmere at fullback, right? You're not losing anything. You're still terrible. You can be you're gonna be terrible with Willems at fly half or not. Yeah. Play him at fly half. You might as well give the Oak the minutes and go. At least on your resume at the bottom with the little asterisk, the guy who gave Willems a chance.
So, you know, the thing is, what I also don't think our coaches get is that the more time a player is going to play a 10, the better he's going to get a 10.
Yes.
Because he needs to learn how the game works. He needs to start controlling it. What are the forwards doing? How am I controlling this? You can't expect a guy who's playing at the back to be a good 10 all of a sudden. You has to get the game time at 10.
Woude, I don't know if I've said this before. I don't think I ever saw myself saying this, but you're right.
I know, and I'm right about the other things we were fighting about before also.
Oh no, that's separate. No, that's a separate thing. We can have that, we can do a different podcast for that. Yeah,
anyway,
that's a separate thing.
But also...
But you've nailed it.
No, that's... Yeah.
Especially at fly half. Like, fly half isn't one of those things where you can kind of theorize it. You know, there are a few positions where you
can kind of like suss it out, you know.
Yeah. Like, you need to process things quickly at the top level, and that only comes with time in the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
You know, it's Robbie Fleck, it's madness.
No, Robbie Fleck, I don't know why he's still there. I don't know. He just needs to leave. I'm so happy that he's leaving.
Where are we now? Week 8, 9?
11.
11, so that's about 9, 10 games in because they've had a bye.
Yeah, so I think they're 18 weeks.
Yeah.
So we still got 7 weeks.
Bring
there.
Dobson now.
But Dobson was on tour with them.
No. I'm saying make Dobson the coach now because almost start your preseason now.
Yeah.
Because you're terrible. So you're going to be terrible with Dobson. You can't get worse than Fleck, right? So let Dobson. And what would be cool is bring Dobson now, so you can see. He can also see which players he wants to keep, what he doesn't, how they, and then also it allows the management to see. Okay, these guys don't respond to Dobson.
Yes.
Here's who in management may have to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't get worse.
And then Fleck also makes.
And just pay Fleck and let him.
Get soft captain.
Yeah.
He was captain against the Brumbies. He is so soft. I think he's just too polite. He's like, oh, sorry, like, please, can you, like, shouldn't that be a penalty try?
Isn't he your mate? I thought you were at his wedding.
I was at his wedding.
Yeah, but?
I mean, like...
Yeah. It's not enough for you.
He's not a captain. Like,
I thought he was your mate.
No, I wouldn't say we're besties.
Yeah. You're not hashtag besties.
Yeah, but he's above you right now, though.
That's a different thing.
Talking about the coaches again.
Yeah.
I don't think any other coach has got more, like, he needs to reconsider his selection choices more than Rob de Preer at the Sharks.
Why is he still the coach at the Sharks? No, like...
You do know the biggest problem they have is his son playing at 10.
No.
He's one of his biggest problems.
Yeah.
And then he also plays Louis Schroeder at 9, who's captain of the Sharks.
Yes.
But Cameron Wright is just giving them way more urgency at the back of the scrum.
He's just a better player.
He's just a better player than Schroeder. So now, why did you make him captain in the beginning anyway?
Do you think it's the like Bismarck and John Smith vibe?
Yeah, possibly.
Although John Smith, you can almost justify, you know,
no, but he had
he's
a very
taking
good
guys to another level.
And,
no.
So he had a very good presence. Like, you can't really compare it to that. No, Louis Schroeder is like a youngster, man.
Let's just put anyone else captain.
It is rehab, yeah. Beast is captain now today against the Waratahs.
The problem with Dupree Incorporated is that if his sons are leaving, we now know they're all leaving. Like, where do you think his head's at?
Yeah.
Get rid of, once again with the Sharks, you're not going to win Super Rugby. What I don't understand...
Well, they might make the playoffs.
Which is meaningless.
If they win all 3 of their games in New Zealand, they might win.
They're going to get a New Zealand team in the semis. Or, you know, they might even get the Brumbies in the semis or something. Or the quarters even.
Yeah.
And good night, nurse.
So, but now, today, he's starting Bosch at 10 and Wright at 9. Bosch has also not been playing, and defensively, he's really been terrible. From the back, he's been terrible. Now you're putting him in a core position where he needs to be defensively good.
Yeah.
And he's just lacking in that skill completely, and his tackling is like shit. So why are we... And again, it comes back down to this. He hasn't been playing at 10.
I'm with you.
Bosch has made it very clear that he wants to play at 10.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's a 10, really.
For me, he's X factor. We could almost use him, and we'll get.
I think we're going to as an impact player than as a core 10. You know.
You know what the problem is? I think he is. He's probably not a South African 10. No. He's like skills, and he wants to put people in space. Yeah. But the type of when we got Deerlande, who's 15 meters behind the fly half at Bok level. Yeah. I'm sorry to trigger you there. No, but Bosch he's in the wrong country. I think it's like. He just isn't made for this country as a 10. Yeah. It's kind of what I feel about Elton as well. You know, if Elton was in New Zealand, they'd love him because he wants to play flat and put people and play off the shoulder. Whereas in South African rugby, the fly-off must still stand way there, and then he must still kick up and under. That's predictable, and then the fly-off. So Bosch, I love. I love him at 10. I love him. But he's in the wrong country.
No, but defensively, I think there's going to be many gaps. If you look at what the Reds did with our backline last week, with Esterhuizen and Van Wyk, they looked like sloths in the field. They were running circles around our guys. It's so embarrassing. And I thought Esterhuizen would be our number 12.
Yeah, I'm with you.
No.
But you know what?
He's got no spark.
Yeah, you know what it is, Woude? The coaching's so bad, and rugby's a coaching sport. It's not like football, or you've got to have the alignment right. The guys need you know you look at how the Australians for so long protected. It was at the Reds, and now you're seeing it at where Guinea and Quaid are together again. Quaid is horrendous on defense, one-on-one tackle. But when the coaching's great is. You can protect guys if guys know where to be.
No.
But guys need to.
No, but the problem.
The alignment's
we can have another podcast about this. So I don't want to get into it too much. But the problem is also they're trying to coach the guys on a Saturday, which is not going to work. Why couldn't you coach them in the week? And like get them to do it. So the coaching, and you're not giving the players any responsibility on the field. So, but we'll talk about that another time. So let's not get into that. I am excited about the Sharks. The de Preer twins are both playing.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
And thank goodness Lakanwa is back. Oh my goodness. Please, just stay fit for the World Cup. He is our best 13 by far in this country. I don't know why there's even a discussion or any. He is by far the best. He's just quite impossible to keep in check.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
So.
He's a classic playmaking 13.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who we're going to have at 12 because that's nowhere, but 13 at least I think we're sorted in that. Although some people are still saying JC Creel's a better 13 than
Who's saying that?
That poll you sent me the other day.
Yeah. No, I think it was Anyway, it's a joke. Jesse Creel is... Do you know where... And I'm not kidding. Jesse Creel, you know where I really like him actually? Is on the wing. Because he's got great pace.
Yeah.
That we can't doubt. And what I love about him is because of his size, one-on-one, he's actually difficult to get around, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas So I'd love Janti on one wing, and I'd love Kriel on the other wing, because he does give you that defensive solidarity.
Yeah.
Plus, Jesse Kriel will finish with ball in hand, just because he is quick.
Yeah.
But he's so dumb. Yo!
You said it.
He's so dumb with the ball in his hand. And you can't, in modern day rugby, have your 13 be stupid with ball in hand. Because he needs to be a playmaker.
Yeah.
In fact, the All Blacks did it since Tana Umanga.
Yeah,
So we're 15 years behind. That's what it tells you. Tana Umanga was 15 years ago. And we've got Jesse Kriel still trying to bash it at 13. I mean, we saw when we went creative and playmaker at 13, Jacques Fourie.
When you had Jean de Villiers and Jacques Fourie. Oh, I mean, seriously.
And what I love about Jacques Fourie, even though he was a big guy, if you actually look at a lot of his tries, very seldom do guys touch him, actually. His intelligence of running line, that's what a modern 13 should be. Not looking to break through. Jesse Kriel's still looking to break through. No,
break through. No, he's not trying to break through. He's trying to run into someone.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there's no trying to break through.
Yeah.
But thank goodness the Bulls had a bye.
Yeah. It'll be their best week. If you're a Bulls fan, this will be easily the best result for you this week.
Last week. They're playing Stormers today.
Oh, wait, who, the Bulls?
Yeah.
What do you think they? Oh, sorry, the Bulls. Yeah, the Bulls had their best week of rugby last week.
They're playing Stormers today, 3. Yeah.
It's going to be the least skilled game in the history of rugby.
I don't even want to watch.
Yeah, no, me neither. That's going to be a terrible watch. Yeah. It's going to be empty.
I do want to ask you one thing though.
Let's hear it.
What's happening with your Lions, dude?
Oh my goodness. What did I say about Sway? When was it? Was it last week's podcast or the one before?
Yeah,
no, last week was Ross.
The one before that, yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to come home due to stress-related issues.
The guy's hashtag stressed, guys. You don't understand. It's so stressful. Listen, when your bosses come steldrad.
What did he do? Well,
That's right.
Okay, so... Okay, I'm ready for this.
Yeah,
what I don't understand is the following.
Yeah.
This guy in 2003, I don't know if you guys, so Rudolf Australia is now the CEO of Lions Rugby, but he was Springbok coach in 2003 when that whole Kampstaldraad situation happened.
Yeah.
So and then he had to resign. He was fired, but he had to resign after that.
Yeah.
How does a guy like that become the CEO of a union? Why would you want a guy like that involved in your game? And then last week, I mean, he just keeps showing these true colors. Last week, when they're playing the Chiefs, they said that Marks and Whiteley are starting on the bench.
Yep.
And when they were running out, they were both on the field.
Yeah.
And then he came out this week, he's like, no, we were always going to start them. We just didn't want the Chiefs to know. That's just bad sportsmanship, man.
And it's amateur.
How low do you have to stoop to lie to win a game?
But it just shows you, I think...
What is that?
The accusation of that South African rugby is a boys' club, it's true. A guy like that, he shouldn't be allowed...
No.
But you know where the problem starts? Is if a guy like Uriru, who's... It's well known that he's embezzled millions from Stellenbosch University. The investigation's still going on, and we're going to get to another situation which is similar.
Yes.
And the guy's the second most powerful, or maybe the most powerful man in SA rugby. How is that possible? So to have a guy this low down, relatively speaking, he's part of the boys' club.
Yeah.
He's Louis Late's boy.
But
from back
talking
in the
about
day.
this boys' club,
it's shambolic. The Lions are a joke. Sorry, can we talk about the fact that the Lions are just shambolic?
So
the Crusaders was embarrassing. I don't mind losing to the Crusaders. There's no shame in that.
Do you just quick? We can also. Do you think this is the Crusaders' tournament to take? We're more than halfway through.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Vody, I've always said to people, you don't need the best. Rugby, you know what I love about rugby? You don't need the best players. If you have the best coach, 2007, we didn't have the best players in the world.
Well, 95, we also didn't have the best players.
But when the coaches,
I think also
that's what I love about
culture.
rugby.
No, it comes down to culture in the team, and that's also why New Zealand is so great. And I also don't want to talk about that now, but it comes down to culture.
Yeah, which I think is a huge part of leadership and coaching.
Yes, no, definitely.
Instilling those things. But if your coach is not world class, you can have, which was the problem for the All Blacks probably from 97 when they had the best players till, well, when did they rectify? Till 2011, right?
Yeah.
So till about 2010, they did, even with Graham Henry, something was wrong, but you could see he was headed in the right direction.
He was headed in the right direction,
They didn't have the right coaches. If you don't have the best coach, I don't care what you do in rugby, Vody.
But how about coaches that are found guilty of Sexual assault.
That situation's madness. So what I love about that is it's another show of how amateur we are in South Africa.
How can a guy that's got these accusations, now again, how can a guy that did that at Kamstara?
Yeah.
But now there's a guy who had accusations of sexual assault hanging over him,
yeah.
and he was still part of the team.
And the investigation's still going.
It was still going, but he was found guilty in the week.
Yeah,
I think he was found guilty.
Yeah.
How is he still part? Why would they allow a guy like that to be part of your team?
Woude, and this touches into a part of society that I think is too prevalent for me, is the fact that more often than not, right, is something like this needs to be taken way more seriously.
Yes.
So I'm not saying he should be tried in the media. Something like this, especially now.
But it is serious. It is a serious thing. No, but now the Lions want to come out, and I'm quoting.
Yeah.
The Lions Rugby Company considers misconduct related to assault with an act of indecency particularly serious and a direct violation of Lions Rugby Company values and culture. Only now that he's found guilty, not when this came out, not when this investigation was still ongoing. Only now.
Who's doing the PR for the Lions? Because what you need to do there is go, okay, you're not my brother, we're going to pay you your salary, but you're not allowed near the team until the investigation is done, because you don't know which way it's going to go. And now you look like a guy who's covering up for a sexual deviant.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who's doing the PR? It's so amateur, Woude. This is basic. I mean, I sit with guys that PR and train professional athletes for the media. This is this is fundamental. How you manage your image. It's called image. In politics, they call it perception management. A guy called Henry Kissinger made it famous. You've got to manage what your image is going to be: short term, medium term, long term. So, Woude, I just want to say on something like this, because it's a really serious issue, and I don't think we are doing it enough justice, because what you need to do with this guy is say, look, once again, we'll keep paying you your salary, okay, because there's employment contract, and you're innocent until proven guilty. But you may not be attached to our brand at all until we know the final verdict. So you're not guilty, but we need to let the investigation run its course, and you cannot be seen. If the Golden Lions are really, because don't give us this.
No, don't give
me that. Don't give us that. This isn't a joke. He didn't lie to someone in an affair. You know, like that's not.
Yeah, no, this is a criminal charge. This is not just a slap on the wrist. I lied to someone. I did that. This is a criminal offense.
In 2019.
And we want to be associated with guys like this. If this had to happen in Australia.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So I mean. Australia, Israel Folau is...
so we're going down that... we're going down that train track, Woude.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're taking me there, okay.
I'm going to take you there.
Easy Folau, yeah?
So Folau made a comment on... he's in a bit of hot water, but comments he made on social media about homophobia and all sorts of things.
Yeah, fornicators, everyone. Yeah,
everything.
I like that he included everyone.
Everyone's
going to hell, which
everyone's
is nice.
going to hell.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I don't agree with what he said. I don't believe in that. That's not my opinion at all.
Okay.
I do feel everyone's entitled to their opinion.
We disagree there, but okay.
You're entitled to your opinion, even though his opinion's based on something that someone else said 2,000 years ago. But anyway.
Okay. Yeah, but he is entitled to his opinion.
He's entitled. I'm saying he's entitled to his opinion.
Okay, I say
what
not everybody.
What I just don't understand is. Why do you want to put it out there? Why do you want to put it on social media? People follow you because you're a rugby player. They don't follow you because of your religious views.
Yeah.
They just want to know, dude, are you going to win the match for me over the weekend or not?
Sure.
They don't care what else you say.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. You're entitled for your opinion, but don't put it out there on social media. If you really want to have this say, like get a media conference going and be like, you know what, guys, this is what I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I also think the biggest thing should come from is like, okay, you've said this out there, people are not interested in rugby, you're not involved in the rugby world. They would be like, okay, you know, he's entitled to his opinion. Other guys might say, we're with him, we're Christians, this is what we believe.
Sure.
What it comes down to for me is he goes to work every single week as a professional rugby player.
Yes.
And over the weekend, you have to run onto the pitch and you have to have that guy's back and that guy has to have your back.
Yeah, sure.
So at which point do you look around in the change room? Because remember, this is not the first time he's done this.
Yeah.
This is the second time, and even the previous time his teammates did voice their concerns about this.
Yeah.
At which point do you look around and you be like, you know what, how does this reflect on me from my teammates' point of view?
Yeah.
You can't have a guy like that in your team.
No,
rugby, and I mean, I don't play rugby, but as far as, from what I can see, rugby is based on trust. And if a guy goes around saying this, I mean, you can't trust a guy like that. It's just not, no. So I think Australia Rugby is doing the right thing, even though it's not a criminal offence, which I feel like that's also a different thing. But if you want to be going out and saying these things, you need to know, especially with the media these days, they are going to run with a story like this. What I don't like now, he said, okay, if God doesn't want me to play rugby because of this act, then I won't play rugby anymore, if this is his will.
Saw that, yeah.
But now he's suing Australia Rugby for sacking him.
Well, I mean, if you're saying everyone's entitled to an opinion, I mean, I think where the contention there is you're not allowed to dismiss somebody for their religious beliefs, and that's part of the way what his legal team is saying. So, I mean, it's a pickle. So for me, I hear what you're saying. So number one, I disagree. Not everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but okay, we can shelve that. Number two, I'll tell you what the pickle is, and I'd love to know what you think. You know, I've always said it, in sport, there's something called production, what you give me, what you can produce, and tolerance, right? So you must always be producing more than I'll tolerate, right? Do you know what I'm saying? The pickle is Israel Folau is one of the greatest fullbacks the game's ever seen. He might be one of the greatest outside backs. He's definitely the greatest fullback of the modern era, I would say, outside of Ben Smith, okay? Because Ben Smith's towards the end, and touch and go, I'd probably take Folau because he probably gives you more with ball in hand. But anyway, you can debate that. You know, it's close. It's not like
it's not like a
So Folau's one of the greatest rugby players to ever live. So the pickle Australia have and the pickle society has is we always let better looking people, famous people, get away with more. And we tolerate that. Folau's problem will come where if his production and the tolerance can never be higher than production, right? So I think Folau's kind of hit a limit where he's not winning them a World Cup. So I think now they've hit a limit because they tolerated before. He's one of the best players of all time. But I think they've now taken a look and they've gone,
do we need this?
Well, they're like, is it worth it? Are we going to win the World Cup? Probably not. Chop him now. So I think the production versus tolerance thing is if they were serious, and my problem with sacking him now is if you were serious. I don't mean like PR trying to manage it. Australian Rugby is full of the brown stuff as well, is sack him for the first time.
Yeah.
If you're serious, I mean, if human rights matter to you.
But maybe yes and no, because the first time you're like, okay, we sit you down, this is not what we're going to tolerate, this is not what Australia Rugby stands for, this is not what we're doing.
Sure.
So I get that.
Yeah.
Like say to him, okay, you know, you were wrong, but don't do this again.
Yeah.
And then you go out and do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's almost like he's like, okay, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to be part of this.
Who's that? Folau.
So so I get that they were saying to him, like, guy, you know, don't do this.
Yeah.
But the second time, they've warned him before.
Yeah. So
and I just think
do you think it's over? Do you think he's out?
Yeah, I know he's out.
I think hold on to your seatbelts.
Think so.
I think you know what, Woude, he's exceptional. Like I don't care whether you like what he says or not. He's spectacular.
The thing is, even though
he's like Christian Cullen of his time.
No, but he said he's going to walk away.
I mean, he's not Christian Cullen. No one's Christian Cullen.
No, but he said he's going to walk away.
No, he said if
God would want.
Yeah.
So, but just go. So now, how are you picking a guy like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might play him on the bench. You might have him in your squad.
Yeah.
You're not going to play him.
Listen, they picked Kurtley Beale after he was drunk, and Kurtley Beale had the sexual, and it's now proven that he was hugely inappropriate, sexually making sexually provocative statements to, I don't know if she was a physio or a chiro, but she was, and he was also like, you know, like you can't be, and I think he sent pictures of his private parts. No, he did.
Why
to the
would
physio.
Guys want to do that?
Okay, that's
let's not put it.
No, but what I'm saying is,
I just
that's
think
also violence.
It is.
And if you let Kurtley go,
if you can let that go, why can't you let this go?
And
that's like what it comes down to is that's a criminal offence. If you've been found guilty of sexual assault,
yes,
it's a criminal offence. This is someone's opinion. So I don't feel like there's a lot of consistency happening in this at all. But I kind of understand where Australia Rugby is coming from. I mean, if you're not, I think if Folau went and said, like, guys, I'm sorry, I retract the statement, I shouldn't be doing this, that's different, because then you guys can back you again. But now he's going out and he said, this is what God wants and I'm not going to do this anymore. So are you actually doing it because you want to stand by your statement?
Sure.
And this is what you really believe in? Or are you just doing it for money?
Well, for me, I'm in this case, if people say everyone's entitled to their opinion, you see, in there, you're not allowed to say you're entitled to opinion and I have to like your opinion.
No, you don't have to like it.
So then,
but it comes down to the culture, what you want in your rugby team.
Sure.
It doesn't come down to, I don't like what you're saying, because I think a lot of the time, I mean, I don't always like what you're saying. But
that's different,
But that's different. But when you have to play, like I say, when you have to play with those guys on the field, that's where it comes into for me.
No, 100%.
So I don't think if Australia Rugby is saying we're firing you because of your religious beliefs, that's different. But if we just say we can't have a guy like this part of our team.
And Michael Cheika has already said he's not going to pick him. I don't know if Michael Cheika is going to be around for much longer. But anyway.
So that's what it's,
So I don't think it's over with Folau. And I think we may be in for a long ride because
but also
he's
remember,
a generational talent. And the world we live in, Woude, I don't care what people say. Better looking people, handsome, good looking girls, we let them get away with more.
That's why you can't get away with anything.
Yeah. You are on fire today, bro. You are on fire, I love it. He's off Folau, he's going to be around.
Okay.
Yeah, but interesting, you've made some great points. I think he's taken it.
Yeah, no, he's just.
He's pushing the envelope. Anyway, you've made great points, buddy. I can't argue with that.
I want to talk about Damian McKenzie. I think everyone's talking about Damian McKenzie. I want to talk about Damian McKenzie.
Depressing.
This poor dude, man, 23 years old, you've got your hopes and dreams of a World Cup on your shoulders and boom, next thing, ACL rupture, you're out.
But he was in the last World Cup, so he's got one.
Yeah, but still, you were
now you're
in the starting team, you're one of the guys, but the poor guy's not even off the field yet and everyone's like more concerned about who's going to take his place.
What do you say about McKenzie?
Did you see all the shit that the media is writing about him and how New Zealand all of a sudden is in this pickle because he's not available?
So what do you say about that? I've got a very strong opinion on Damian McKenzie. But I'd love to hear what you think.
So what I think, everyone has been saying that all of a sudden that the All Blacks are in a problem for first five. He's not a first five. He hasn't been playing fly half. He hasn't been playing fly half.
For them. I mean, he's played for the Chiefs, yeah?
No, but I mean, he's been playing fullback mostly.
Yeah.
I personally think he's better at fullback, but for the past 2 years or so, people have been saying he's not a first five, play him at fullback. So now, why all of a sudden now is I think he's played one game for the All Blacks at 10. But now all of a sudden, he's like, he's out. We've got a problem at fly half. Don't have a problem at fly half.
Yeah.
Don't know if you remember for the previous World Cup, they didn't have 3 fly halves in their 23, in their starting 23.
Well, Daniel Carter.
So they'd Barrett on the bench.
Daniel Carter and no one in the back line.
Shame. Poor guy's in a neck brace, hey?
Yeah. Anyway.
He's in a neck brace. But can I just tell poor guy's in a neck brace. He's probably going to be in a neck brace for another 3 months. It's just so perfect. I mean, you must.
Right, come back to us. I know you love Daniel Carter.
Just imagine, he must be looking hot as hell in his neck. I promise you, he probably signed a deal with some other magazine cover for a neck brace.
A Gucci neck brace. Why is the guy wearing a Gucci neck brace? Dude, is your neck sore or not? I was the guy signing a $6 million deal for a neck brace.
I would do it.
Yeah. What do you call it? Bedazzled. The guy's gonna have a bedazzled.
Oh, poor guy. Anyway.
So McKenzie.
Okay, so now, I mean, they had them, and I think if anything, they'd probably rather have a problem at midfield than at fullback or at fly half.
So are you saying McKenzie being out's not a problem?
No, they've got so many options.
That's a huge problem. He's the greatest impact player in world rugby, and it's not even close.
He's an impact player.
Yeah, and it's gonna get tight. The gaps have shortened.
But they'd rather find an impact player. Don't go all of a sudden we need someone at fly half.
But he's the best. He's
not the best fly half.
Oh no! I'm saying he's the best impact player.
Yeah. So go find an impact player.
From where?
Don't all of a sudden.
Just go to the factory.
They've got Ben Smith. They've got Bowden Barrett. Listen to me. Bowden Barrett. They've got Geordie Barrett. They've got Anton Leonard-Brown. They've got Jack Goodhue. They've got Nonu, who's not playing bad rugby at the moment. We'll come back to him.
But who can I put at fullback?
We've got Moanga. We've got Ben.
Oh, you made a great point. put Barrett at fullback on the bench, and then bring him as the impact guy. Great point, Reddy. You nailed it. Because then you get that, you get the impact that, because there's nothing, I haven't seen anything like McKenzie, seriously, since Christian Cullen. And I've said that a few times. He is
Nah, he didn't have a good season this season.
His elusive nature from 15, I love him off the bench. Kind of like how Barrett did in the last World Cup. You remember how, like, wait, who's this guy coming off the bench? And then it's like, wait, is he really that quick? Oh, my goodness.
Okay, you're going to just go back. Imagine just how this conversation with Barrett will go down.
Yeah.
When he walks into the selector's room and sit him down and said, dude, you know, you need this for the team. This will be good for the team.
Yeah.
You know, stroke his ego, but the beauty of this is you're the only player that will be able to do this for us.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, I want to start.
Yeah.
And then they'll say to him, but is this about you?
Or
is this about the team?
Yeah.
Imagine that. I want to be a fly on the wall with that conversation. Playing Barrett. So you play Mwanga at 10, you play Ben Smith at the back, bring him on. Or what you can do is play Barrett at fullback, play Ben Smith on the wing, start Mwanga at 10. Half-time you swap them around, Ben Smith goes back, you bring another wing on and Barrett's there. You don't have a crisis.
I think
there's no issue.
For me, it's, you know, in international rugby,
they've got
the bench
options.
At fullback. No. For me, it's a disaster because he's the greatest impact player maybe I've ever seen, to be honest with you. And to be able to bring him off the bench, because now you have to bring who off the bench? Who's the backup fullback? I don't like options. And Ben Smith at wing doesn't work because he's not a good enough finisher. And when you've got what you've got,
no, I don't think.
No, he's not Nahola. The thing is, I put Nahola out there. And
you bring him on later, but start him.
Bring who on?
No, you start Ben Smith there.
No. He can't finish. The All Blacks get the ball wide. The All Blacks,
people are stressing out about nothing. Always going to be absolutely fine without McKenzie.
D-Mac, I'm so sorry. You're the greatest impact player. And it's a huge disaster. And, you know, there's very few people like Damian McKenzie in the world. They call them X-Factor players.
But you've just told me a couple of weeks ago how McKenzie hasn't had a great season.
No, but that doesn't mean he's not quality. I mean...
Yeah, but if you don't have a great season, you can't go on what you played like 4 years ago and be like, oh, you're a great player now.
Yeah.
If he hasn't performed this season, you can't be like, oh, no, now we need him because he's the biggest impact player now. If he hasn't done that, I'm not saying that he's not a good player.
Yeah, a great player. I say he's a great player, not a good player.
Used to be a good player, now he's just a great player, now he's just a good player. You can't now say like, oh, because we used to what he played like, now he's going to be the biggest impact player. Yeah. You can't say that.
Well, no. You know what? For me, mercurial talent, X factor, and the fact that the Chiefs are maybe the worst New Zealand team in the history of mankind.
But then I'll go back and go what you said earlier about Barrett. Like he was like, look at that guy, he's got pace, he's got this. He used to be really good. So then he's still good because he used to be really good. It's the same argument with McKenzie that you're having right now.
All Blacks and Chiefs are a different animal. Put McKenzie in a machine that All Blacks, now he doesn't have to worry about forwards who can't get him quick ball at the Chiefs. Because I don't know what the Chiefs are doing.
Well, then you can say the same about Barrett.
No, Barrett's just not Mwanga. Mwanga's the best fly-off.
No.
So, D-Mac, I'm sorry. Vody's hating on you. Yeah, Vody's hating on you. So All Blacks still to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
I think this changes. For me, they were my outright favourites.
You know what always happens? They always have this youngster who comes off who plays against Tonga or whatever, the developing nations coming through the ranks. And then he ends up just being great, and then everyone relaxes, and they win the World Cup.
So what's your solution? Barrett, so who would you start fly half for them?
I'd pass on Mwanga and fly off.
Have you been? I thought you were saying Barrett in the start fly.
No.
Have you changed your mind in 2 weeks?
No, I said Mwanga can start, Barrett, and then Ben Smith moves back, but Barrett starts on fullback. Start Barrett on fullback, move them halfway,
starting
and
15.
Then bring
So Barrett fullback, Ben Smith right,
wing,
Ioane on the left.
And then Ricky Ioane, he's also a great impact player. He's got that utility factor.
Who's that? Rico?
Yeah.
Could play. No, but he's my left wing.
No, but he brings a utility factor. The problem is now we're just so used to them playing in certain positions. Now you just have to shuffle them around a bit. Yeah. There's no problem.
No, the All Blacks are professional.
There's no problem.
Think about this isn't the Springboks. We have positions here.
We don't. There's no problem. These guys are they can move around. They're like, okay, this is our problem what we have right now. There's no massive crisis. I can tell you what a real crisis is. I picked up weight.
Whoa. This is not...
And after your comments last weekend...
What did I say?
After your comments last weekend, I got in this gun. Sure as hell I picked up. You know, I haven't been running for 4 months.
What did I say? Wait, whoa. these accusations these are heinous allegations. We need to investigate.
We can go on to our
okay.
into our chats.
I just want to say
This is a real crisis.
I was not.
New Zealand doesn't have a crisis. This is a crisis. I haven't been running for 4 months.
That is a crisis.
That is a crisis.
100% agreed.
And then now I'm going to have to start running again. My injury. You know, you also, in the beginning, you were like really supportive of my injury and like, Vedi, are you doing your rehab? How are you doing? I haven't heard anything from you.
That's other stuff though. That's, I'm also busy with other stuff. I'm trying not to gain weight, you know, and I feel for you. I'll be there for you in my thoughts. Yeah, I'll be there for you in my thoughts. Hashtag thoughts and prayers.
Anyway, that's a crisis. Yeah. Coming back to Nonu though, and I think let's finish off with this for my rave of the week.
Yeah.
What's that guy doing? Yeah, he's another option that can come in. You see, Damian McKenzie's loss is not that big. Nonu is just climbing and building, and his feet are faster, and he's just, I don't know, he's just able to turn the defense into attack, or attack into defense. Like he's just great. This guy's 36 years old.
Yeah.
And he goes over, like retires from international rugby, goes over to France, plays a bit of rugby there, comes back, plays in New Zealand again, and now he could be an option for the World Cup team.
So are you saying take him?
Yes.
I'm out. No, I've got Leonard Brown, who I love.
But now we've got another guy that isn't there.
No, good.
So now that McKenzie's out, I wouldn't say no to Nonu. You know, I didn't imagine him being this and being a chance for New Zealand at all.
Yeah.
But he's like, you know, remember those long passes he used to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. And I think what he maybe lost a little bit in speed, I think it's very marginal. I don't think, he works hard though, and he looks after his body, and I really take my hat off to him for that.
Yeah.
And he's just bringing, for the Blues, he's just really bringing some...
He's bringing
some
the heat.
Magic.
Yeah,
hey?
He is.
And I think also just with his experience that he can bring, I don't think that's a bad option at all. I'm not saying leave anyone else behind.
Yeah.
I mean, you need all those guys. But yeah, he could be a good guy to have in the squad. Take him with. You know, he's got the experience. He'll be 37 at the World Cup though. Yeah. That will just be the perfect fairy tale.
Would you love
story.
that, eh?
Oh man, that's maybe why I'm so excited about it. It's like this perfect story
the
of this guy, this fairy tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, of course you are.
Nah, don't need him. Love him, but legend. Absolute legend.
But you just said we've got one guy that's missing, and now you're like, no, we don't need him.
No, for me they're different players. McKenzie brings the threat from the back.
You need another guy. Yeah, who's going to be, like, you know?
So I've already got because you know who my impact guy like him is off the bench, that Thunder. They've got Lamape. The guy's unbelievable. But it's like a...
But then why you see, you're contradicting yourself.
No, McKenzie... No one's McKenzie. So stop comparing anyone to McKenzie.
I'm not saying that anyone is McKenzie. Yeah. I'm just saying people are making a massive issue that there's this massive problem. Like, since when was Barrett and Mwanga and McKenzie the only 3 players that actually made a difference in the team? Since when were they the people that won a game for you? They've got a whole team. One guy, yes, they would have made him better, but they're not going to lose because they've lost him. They've got many other guys that can take a role just as good as him, and they will shine at the World Cup. So I'm not saying that he's not good. Don't take that away from what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not a crisis that New Zealand is in.
I'm saying it is a crisis.
No.
Yeah, no Damian McKenzie.
So you're saying, like, if they don't have Damian McKenzie, they're not winning the World Cup?
Well, it does lessen your chance. It's like me saying, it's like saying, okay, well, Sachin Tendulkar doesn't play for India anymore. They've got other guys. No, like, you can't replace Damian McKenzie.
You can't compare cricket.
No, I'm just saying you can't replace generational talent. Damian McKenzie for me is like something we haven't seen since Christian Cullen, and we still haven't seen him. The closest to him is Barrett. Anyway, my point is, Nonu, love him. I've got to say. Oh, woo! The way he's come back. And you know what I really love about him? Is he's a legend now. Like, there's a time when you go from, like, quality player to legendary status. It's when you become a great guy. So I've been reading a lot of articles about him.
He is a great guy.
Kind of like Richie McCaw. Because when Nonu started, a lot of people must remember he had the dreads, obviously, like Umanga tried to take him under his wing. And Nonu lost it a bit. He went a bit prima donna, drinking, going wild. And the Maoris are quite big on especially the guys that make it in rugby, being community leaders. Yeah. And Nonu kind of rejected that through his behavior, and he had problems with the community. what I love about him now, he's gone to the next level where the community loves him. You check out all the, I forget what the show is with Piriwipu and all of the Maori guys. How he always starts off with a shout out to his Samoan brothers, and like that's awesome. Now he's like Richie McCaw, you know, like in the Maori community, like DC when he retires, where oh wow, he's not just a legendary player, and now he's showing you he's legendary because he's taking these youngsters to school, but he's a great guy. Now he's what I love about this is he's stopping being a great rugby player. He's going to legendary status.
Yeah.
But in terms of going to the World Cup, forget that. I've got Leonard Brown. I've got Goodhue. Oh my goodness, Jack! Did you see Goodhue yesterday? Woo! That guy, Woude. Woo! Oh my goodness!
Not in the crisis.
And then you got, I think maybe the best inside centre, or maybe the best centre in world rugby, Crockett. I mean, the guy can do everything. He can do everything. He can tackle, pass out of the tackle. And then people mustn't forget, Sonny Bill Williams is playing.
Yeah, but Sonny Bill's been a bit absent, hey?
But Sonny Bill. I think, you know, some guys, it's like, just his name being there, he doesn't need to be the same Sonny Bill as last World Cup. Just when defences have to think, because he's still doing his nonsense.
No, he is still doing it. And I just don't think, I think he's been a bit absent and he's not really been very much involved in rugby. I don't think he's played much, really.
Yeah, well, he had the injury, remember?
Yeah.
But he's back, and I just like for me, and I know Hansen likes his mind game, just having Sonny Bill the crowd goes wild, you know, and so for me, I'm out on Nonu. I've got enough in Goodhue, Crockett, Leonard Brown, and then Laumape is that monster. I would have what I would do with Nonu is he's the guy that
you have him in the squad.
No.
And to be part of the
to play.
No.
You're not
part of it, like part of the whole situation.
So he can come and play. So part of the 37 that they take the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, especially, you know, you also forget that it's a 8 week tournament.
Yeah.
You don't want to be playing all your guys in the beginning. You don't want to be playing all these massive guys against these like in the mini games. You know, you want to keep them fit for the quarters, semi, and the final.
Yeah. So personally, you know what I'd do with him, because I don't want him in the squad. They've got enough talent, and New Zealand are professional. They already looking forward. They're like, Ma'a, we love you. I believe they'll go this way. But what I would do, especially with the way his aura, you can see the guys love him. Every time he scores a try, everyone comes to him. Take him on the touring squad as a part of the crew. He must be part of the management staff. Not players. For me, not players, because we've got enough time. Put him part of the management staff.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
So you're saying players.
I did, but now that you're saying that, I said yes. But in either way, he needs to be there.
Yeah.
But I think New Zealand also just needs to decide, are they going to take like 3 10s and 3 9s? Because you forget that it's a long tournament. It's not just a thing here that you can like start to like chop and change as you feel. You have to have those guys there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so it's 8 weeks, you know? It's like you don't want to be playing your golden boys in all the games.
But you can have 5 guys in reserve. You know those guys that they do allow you. I think it's 5. So I'd probably have him in that, but I'd definitely have him in the squad. And what's great about the World Cup being in Japan? It's not far. So they can, even if the guys come through. Even if
I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they
bring him, eh?
I would not be surprised at all.
He's such a legend. Yeah. Yes, I do. You know what? I liked him as a player, but I just love him for, as LeBron James says, he's more than a player. And for me, that's always awesome.
That's what I like about these New Zealand guys. I don't know who our South African guys are. Jean de Villiers probably.
Yeah, he's one but of even those then guys. He's like still a bit of a boys club oak.
Yeah.
Do you think it's I think it's that All Black culture. Like, it's not about you, it's about the All Blacks.
Yeah.
And that affects how guys think.
I listened to a great interview the other day. Maybe we can talk about that in another podcast. But a great interview. A guy called Henning Gericke who was involved in the 2007 World Cup. So next week we can talk about that. But it came down to just the culture you have in a team.
Yeah, sure.
So we can chat about that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. Looking forward to that. Nonu, legend.
Yeah, so he's definitely my rave.
Your rave for the weekend?
Yeah, he's just impressing me.
He really, it's crazy. How old is he? 37?
36, turning 37 this year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The guy looks like he's 21 again. No, phenomenal. Phenomenal rugby player, phenomenal guy, and more power to him.
Well, I think that's us.
Yeah.
I think that's our 5th one in the bag. It's my sister's birthday this weekend, so we've got a whole weekend celebration. This one doesn't stop.
Oh yeah, it just keeps going.
No,
Yeah, these
it just
youngsters.
keeps going. No, but not even just that. It's like with her birthday gifts, and they're like, and a whole weekend celebration, and so it's her birthday. Happy birthday!
What's her name?
Her name is El Ray.
El Ray. When's her birthday?
El Ray, it's tomorrow.
Happy birthday, El Ray. The 28th.
28th.
All right.
Yeah.
A day before
And
mine.
Is your birthday Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know this about you.
I don't. Yeah. Well.
Okay, well, now everyone knows.
Yeah. Flip. Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's her birthday.
Happy birthday, El Ray.
She's a 95 baby.
No one was born in 95. That's way too late.
Hey?
Yeah.
95.
Yeah, and now she's old, like driving.
Yeah.
And has a degree.
Yeah, no, she's like proper working.
Yeah.
And she's like bossing everyone. No, it's
Born in 95.
born in 95.
Insane. Like
Yeah.
born in 95. When was In Sync? They were in 2000. Eh?
I started school in 95. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, we're getting old.
we are getting old.
When your younger sister is born in 95. Anyway,
Yeah.
episode 5 in the
Episode
bag.
5, thanks. Now
Yeah.
we can carry on fighting.
Yeah. Now we can hear what you've actually got to say. But Nonu, for me, I love that Rave. Nonu.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
No, I also like it.
Yeah. Episode 5 in the bag. Good one, Woude.
Have a nice Saturday and a nice weekend. Enjoy the rugby. Go Stormers.